this story. One of the first moms in the country to step up and protect her kids, therefore all of our kids, is with us now. One of the leaders of the domestic terrorist organization that is known as Stay-at-Home Moms. Nicole Solas is here in Rhode Island. Nicole, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Just doing my daily domestic terrorism on a Tuesday.
All right. Aren't we all? Start from your beginning. What made you get fired up in the first place about your kid's school?
Well, my daughter's 5 years old. I enrolled her in kindergarten in my public school district, and I called the principal to ask if they were teaching critical race theory and gender theory. And it turns out they are. They said that they don't call children boys and girls. They refrain from using gender terminology, and they are mindful of integrating the values of gender identity into the classroom in every grade. With critical race theory, which is also known as anti-racism, because that's a principle and tenet of critical race theory, they ask students in kindergarten what could have been done differently on the first Thanksgiving. And this is obviously to shame them for their American heritage. The principal then said that they integrate these concepts of a certain line of thinking about American history in every grade level at an appropriate age development level. So they're teaching children critical race theory by engaging in practices and exercises and asking these questions of kids starting in kindergarten. So when I wanted to know what kind of practices they do and what kind of questions they ask, they told me to submit public records requests. So they were evading my questions by telling me to go through this formal legal process just to get basic answers about what my kid is learning. Then my school board turned around and threatened to sue me in a public school board meeting. They put my name on it so that everyone would know who I was. And they gave me a full show trial. They discussed my moral character for daring to ask questions about critical race theory and gender theory. They suspected that I had these very evil political motivations. They said that I was causing chaos and trying to destroy the school district by submitting all these public records requests. But the truth is they set me up. They told me to submit all these public records requests. And at any point they could have said to me, hey, Nicole, give me a phone call. We don't need public records requests. Why don't we just have a meeting and talk all this out? So my school board, which is the government, don't forget your school board is your government. They targeted me in this extraordinary way because they thought they would make an example out of me and they thought they would silence me, but they didn't. They decided not to sue me because the public support was in my favor. But then 2 months later, the National Education Association did sue me. So they are suing me to prevent the disclosure of public information from my public records requests. Goldwater Institute is representing me. They're not going to get away with this. We're going to have the case thrown out. And now we have Attorney General Garland, who, let's face it, is more like a KGB General Garland, is now targeting parents for simply going to these school board meetings and asking questions, for sending an email to your school officials, for calling the principal and wanting to know how critical race theory and gender theory is being taught to your 5-year-old. So, I just can't emphasize enough how I'm just a stay-at-home mom. 4 months ago, I was anonymous. Last year, I put all my efforts into learning how to garden. Now I'm doing media hits to warn people that our government is now targeting us. They're trying to indoctrinate our kids. And, we shouldn't have to go through all of this trouble just to want an education for our kids that isn't going to indoctrinate them into a radical ideology.
What did you think / feel when you heard about the domestic terrorist accusation against you and other moms?
I thought, wow, are we even America anymore? When you have someone with the power of Attorney General Garland now targeting mothers, parents, just for going to school board meetings, I don't know how far we're going to go until we start to wake up and see that this isn't the America that we grew up in as kids. Attorney General Garland said that there's been this rise in criminal conduct. No, there hasn't. He's lying. And it doesn't even matter now how much we can say that that's a lie, because now there's going to be one side that's just going to keep going on social media and saying, oh yeah, there's all this violence at school board meetings. It's going to have this butterfly effect that's going to create fake news, and people are going to glom onto it. So I don't think that this is truly America anymore when you start attacking stay-at-home moms.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like,
Subscribe. Get more.